You are watching Access LaPorte County Channel 97. Coming up next is the July 14th meeting for the Michiana Shores Town Council. You can find more information for this meeting by visiting www.accesslaportecounty.org.
Ready? Okay. I'll ask everybody to stand for the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Joan, please do our roll call.
Recording in progress.
President Dumbrief.
Present.
Vice President Samantha Arnold.
I am present.
Charles Buck.
Present.
Sam Paxton. Here. Rich Young, are you coming in the door?
Yeah.
He's right behind us.
Rich,
I'm here.
I got your information.
How come you didn't say something? You were talking in a conversation. I don't make it out of conversation. Until, because I've never seen you. Lunch the other day.
Oh. Okay. I'm here, Attorney Adamski.
Still here.
Park Board President Gene Paxton. Here. Building Commissioner, Code Enforcement Officer Brian Alexander.
Here.
Technology, Samantha Arnold.
Here again.
It's on here. Road Commissioner Bob Sokowski.
Present.
Did I miss anybody? I know that Bowen's on the list, but he's not here.
Did you, the
Mark
police?
Lipstick is
Present.
there. Andrew Bertocchini, he's not here.
He is not.
And we ought to take him off the list. Chief Gary Bendix. I know he's in town, but I don't see him here tonight. So we'll keep him absent. Okay, I think that's it.
All right, thank you, Joan. Okay, let's move on to the meeting agenda. I had sent out a revised agenda last night. I hope everybody had a chance to review that and to see what I had added. And if you have anything else to add, please let me know now.
There's one update I would make. The boosters meeting is the July 20th.
Oh, it is the
No, the
20th.
park board is the 20th. The boosters is the 27th.
Have they changed?
Did they change ours to the 20th too?
Yes, because they're going to have the event
Oh, that's right.
the following week.
All right.
And by moving their meeting up a week, it gives 2 weeks to plan.
Okay.
I was going
all
through my
right,
notes and I'm like, witches.
Okay, all right. So we've made a change for the date of the Park Boosters meeting. Any other additions or corrections? I had a couple of those emails that I had received and forwarded to you, but I'm not sure, I'm gonna just cover those under communications received, I believe, and then we can, go forward and address those later in the future, so.
I'll make a motion to approve the agenda for tonight with the one update on the park boosters.
I second that motion.
Okay, Ralph Box has moved to approve the amended meeting agenda. Samantha Arnold seconded. All in favor indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Okay, 5 ayes, Joan. The agenda was adopted. Let's move on to the minutes. Let's go first to the minutes of May 12th, 2026. Has everybody had a chance to read and review the minutes? Do you have any comments, changes, corrections?
Just got them today, but
Yes.
it looks like there's a couple things in there of, I don't believe I talked about any grants, so I can't approve these minutes until they're corrected.
Okay. That's okay. If not, then I will table these minutes until next meeting, and then we will,
And that's the June,
No, the May.
that's May.
May.
That says the
and they were
minutes.
continued last month.
Right, I know, but there's still, I saw a lot of typos, but, when I reread the new one. But, okay, so we're going to move that to next month then, all right?
Let's let,
Which one are you talking about?
May,
The minutes of May 12th.
I can reply back to your email that you sent.
Okay, so we will move those, table those until next month. All right, let's move on to the approving the minutes of June 9th, 2026.
All
Council
the
members, any
changes
comments?
were made except my comments about, I just replied an email back to you, Joan. You didn't update what I said about the APC report. I want to get that correct because it was about a house that was granted, approved a building permit provided it got a sewer, it revised its permit application and got a sewer permit. And I put an email. And those things, and that's not what the meeting notes say, so we need to put that information in the meeting notes, and I put it in an email to you.
Okay.
Okay, so we will table this one
Yep.
until the next meeting. Okay, thank you very much. Reports from the officers, clerk treasurer. Let's start with Joan. Invoices and claims, please.
I'm not sure which ones you received on email, because I have had problems with the internet, but I'm going to start with the additional vouchers. And they're in the amount of,
Additional for June or additional for May? Additional for June, sorry. I forget what month we're in.
for June 30th.
Yep.
Yeah.
Anything paid up to June 30th, $2,661.96. I think that one went through.
I looked at it, but I don't remember.
But since we've had the
Why do we
storm,
have,
those couple storms, it's affected the emails and phone and you name it.
question, there are two items, they may be distinct items, but they're named exactly the same. They both say different line items, say toner, copy paper, oh, one says copy paper, miscellaneous, June.
Tell me what you're talking
The first two items on the voucher, the first two lines, but I see one says copy paper and one does not, so that's fine.
Yeah, the toner is the expected stuff. Yeah, they're both from Office Depot or Office Max.
I'll make a motion to approve the June 30th additional vouchers.
Okay. Ralph Box moves to approve any other questions from other council members? Any comments? On these vouchers?
No,
Okay, Ralph Box moved to approve. I need a second. Sam Paxton seconds. All in favor indicate by saying aye.
I,
Aye. 5 ayes. And these vouchers are approved. All right, we move on to the vouchers from July 1st through the 14th. All right, these are the ones.
Write these so you can get them signed so I can get them tonight. From July 1st to the 14th, that is in the amount of
that doesn't seem right. Is that correct amount?
For what?
$25,032.16. Do you have any questions
Oh,
on
but it
this
says
one?
rental.
I do,
That's probably building rental.
oh, okay,
Okay.
thank you.
The rental is for this building, right?
Yeah.
Gotcha.
And for the office.
Okay.
I gotcha.
And it's separated out on the front.
Okay, any questions or comments from council?
I don't have any questions.
Okay. Rich, all good for you?
Yeah.
Okay. In that case, I need a motion to approve.
I'll make a motion to approve.
All right.
July 1st to the 14th.
Okay. Second?
I second that motion.
Okay, Samantha Arnold seconds, Ralph Bach moved. Samantha Arnold second. Approval of vouchers from July 1st through the 14th. All in favor indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. All right, thank you. These vouchers have been approved.
That.
Okay. Joan, do you have
I have,
Additional, more?
I do, I have the payroll for June 30th in the amount of $21,243.94.
Okay, please repeat that number again.
And I think you all received your checks by now.
I did not yet,
I
but,
did not.
I did.
okay. Joan, can you repeat the amount again?
$21,243.94. That includes transferring the payroll over to the fund account.
Okay.
Nobody wants
Okay,
motion?
well,
Do we see him?
well, no, I don't have a copy. Joan, do you have a copy to send to everybody, please? Okay. There we go.
I don't. put
You
it
send,
on.
take a look, and I'm just gonna take a quick glance and then send it on.
And there's also one going to be coming around for the May 31st payroll taxes in the amount of $103.52.
Okay,
Which was it?
That's because this one was only for one payroll, one person. The payroll was for everyone that receives a check, payroll.
okay. All right, here we go, pass it, here we go. Take a look at that. Remember, we haven't approved it yet for signing, so hold
You
off
have
on
to
that.
sign all of them.
Oh, okay. I should-
Yeah, okay, we're gonna sign.
I make a motion
haven't
that
approved it
we
yet.
approve the payroll,
Okay.
June 30th payroll.
Samantha Arnold has made a motion to approve the payroll. I need a second.
I second.
Can we have a moment to?
Oh, sure. Sorry, oh, that's right, she just found it. Thank you. Sorry.
Yeah, if anyone got overpaid, I'm sure they would have told me.
I'm sorry, Joan, what was that?
I said, if anyone was overpaid, they sure would tell me.
This is taxes.
All right. Any more questions about the quarterly payroll?
No question.
Sam, you were still reviewing. Are you good? All right, in that case, I need a motion
Need a
to
second.
approve. I need a second. We have a first. Samantha Arnold moved. I need a second.
Second.
Okay, Sam Paxton has seconded. All in favor indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Okay, payroll vouchers have been, okay, thank you. 5 votes, I have been approved. Now, with regards to the secondary one with the payroll taxes,
For May 30th.
yeah,
I'll make a motion to approve the payroll taxes for May.
okay, payroll taxes, May. Ralph Box has made a motion to approve the payroll taxes for May 31st. I need a second.
Second.
Okay, Sam Paxton seconds. All in favor indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. All right, 5 ayes, and this has been approved. All right. Are these the completed ones here? Okay. All right. Okay. Anything else from you, Joan?
Yes, I still don't have the copies of the minutes or the memorandum for the
Oh, that's
executive
right.
meeting of 3/19. You said you would have it for.
Yes, I am sorry. No, that is my fault. Okay.
I tried to get in the meeting, but I got cut off.
Okay.
Nobody let me in.
What?
I tried to get into the meeting and nobody answered.
Joan, if your number shows up, as you're trying, we let you in. Ralph runs the meeting for us.
Yeah, you were in that meeting.
They should have known the number.
Then it maybe didn't appear at all on the thing when you were trying. Because we don't just allow anyone from joining the meeting. All we ever ask for. Ooh, wait.
Oh, sorry.
Don't send those off, okay? I'll hand these in when I finish signing, okay. All right, let's go on with the meeting. All right, no, we have no resolutions and ordinances today, so let's move on to police reports. Chief Swistek?
Good evening, everyone. For the month of
Good
June, the police department responded to 355 calls for service when compared to 474 in the previous year, for a decrease of 119 calls for service. During the month of June, 14 incident reports were taken, a total of 13 individuals were arrested. I just want to take a moment to recap the July 4th weekend. The 3rd, 4th, and 5th, we had additional officers that were patrolling the community. The evening of the 3rd was probably our busiest evening, where we arrested 6 individuals. 5 were for underage drinking, and 1 adult was arrested for providing alcohol to minors. Aside from that, there were no major concerns to pass along. We didn't have any major fireworks complaints or any injuries, which was very, very good. 2 things just to share with you. I know in the following months, you will be working on your budget for 2027. Just a reminder, the police service contract is up shortly after the first of the year, so we'll have to look at renewing that. When the last time we did a 3-year contract, we prefer to do a multi-year contract if possible, but I'm open to discuss with the council as well. And then salt, I want to share road salt. I know that we provide you, we have an MOU with you for your road salt. Last year, I think you guys were probably just shy of $3,000 maybe in road salt. We did find out that the state of Indiana, QPA with Cargill salt, LaPorte County has been excluded. So all cities, towns, and any municipality that's buying treated road salt, we have to go out and find our own quotes for road salt. The town of Long Beach, we have 5 requests for quotes out currently. So when budgeting for your road salt next year, you may want to increase your budget for 2027. Last year, we were paying $89 per ton, and we are being told it could be as high as $120 or more a ton, which is a 30 to 40% increase. We're hoping that one of the 5 vendors that we've reached out to may come in closer to where we paid last year, but we're hearing that it may be much greater than what we paid in the past. I've been communicating with the Michigan City Street Department, the Trail Creek Street Department, so we're all kind of coordinating our efforts to try and figure out, what's the best buy for all of us. You were paying $450 for every time that we load your truck, and I would assume that's going to go up. So just preparing you for that as
Do you
well.
know how many tons that is?
I'm sorry?
Do you know how many tons that would
I think
be?
you both 4 tons in there. Yeah,
4 tons?
4 tons.
Do we know why LaPorte County was excluded?
I think it was just because of our usage last year that LaPorte County obviously got hit with a lot more snow, and I think that honestly that's probably why. There was 3 counties statewide that were excluded, and our District 40, which is LaPorte County, was one of them. We received a letter notifying us that we had to find our own vendor this year. So
Wow.
because we
Nice.
that's what I'm hearing. I don't know if
Basically, we want
you would think. We purchased 700 to, on the low end, to about 1,200 ton per year. So we're well over, usually over 1,000 ton per year.
Chief, was there any source for like a hybrid mix of salt and sand that might be cheaper?
No, usually communities mix their own. They add the sand to it. The salt we're purchasing is a treated salt, which when the temperatures get below, I think 20 degrees, it's more effective. Otherwise, if we just use the common, road salt, we're not going to have as much success when you get those freezing winds and below 20 degrees. So we always buy the treated. This way, if we get those sub-zero temperatures, we know it's going to be effective. So
Yes.
Okay.
The shaded spots and the shaded areas in all of our roads appreciate that. Dark areas, yes.
All right.
I'm going to share those 2 things for you when I start working on your budget.
Okay, thank you.
Just, over the last probably 6 months or so, it's been interesting to watch last year, year over year, last year and year over this year, the amount of response incidents have been dramatically dropped this year compared to last year. Is there any staffing or grants or any reason that contributes to that? Because the year before, as you were staffing up, obviously it was more year over year. Now it's kind of switched, or is it just part of a normalization curve?
The 119 decrease this past month, I attribute to one of our night deputies. Deputy Matthew Disbrow. They just had their first child, so he was off for 3 weeks in maternity leave. He's a very, very active patrolman, so I think that's part of our decrease there. And then we had part-timers that were working from other police departments that came in and filled our vacancies while he was on vacation. And then also, I think we're into year 3 with 2 of our youngest patrolmen, where I think they've now been kind of grounded. They've gotten their feet wet, they're settling down, and I think the first 2 years they hit the ground running, and now they're, finding their way through patrol and checking businesses and different things. So I think they're getting their routine down as well.
Okay.
Any feedback on the flashing stop signs, of which I think we talked about it last week?
Yes.
Right.
And then the very next day, the signs went up.
Right, that was a surprise.
I did not get anything, any comments through the website on it.
Yeah, it seems to be fine.
Yeah, the only ones I saw were on the next door site where people were talking. And of course, some were happy and some were saying, oh my God, but I'm
I
fine.
sat over
I'm
here and
good.
watched it today for like a half hour, and everybody seemed to be stopping for them, and seems like they're getting used to
Good.
it. But I was quite surprised. A lot of people thought that the police department ordered them and everything.
Yeah.
We did not. I was as shocked as all of you were, and like I said, they've been working. The only thing we did ask, and I did communicate that with you, is that the 2 new ones they put in, we did ask the street superintendent in Michigan City to put the flashing ones up, because initially they just put standard stop signs in, and within a matter of a couple hours, he had the flashing ones
Right.
up.
Which is great. Those needed to be, especially as how dark it is around here. That was great.
Because otherwise, people were just going to run.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Thank you so much, Chief. All right. Let's go on. Fire Chief, fire report, please. Oh, I'm sorry.
What do you need?
You skipped over.
You skipped over me.
Oh, my goodness, that's right. I am.
The Codification
All right.
Committee.
Go ahead, Codification Committee Chair.
Codification Committee, we are waiting. I actually have not heard from them. I'm going to follow up with them. We're about at the time where we got the draft version of the new code, and we were waiting for the legal feedback and all their questions for us and our lovely town attorney, and I'm still waiting on that. They said it was about 60 days. I think we're about at that 60-day period, so I'm going to follow up with them. I have the Codification Committee is ready to review.
I forget the salesman's name.
Joe.
So next time you talk to him, ask him this question. Because I've thought a bit about how we're going to review this, and it seems like it can be overly complicated. I don't see a clear path to review this 270 pages versus the existing 70 pages. And if he can offer some guidance as to how people have done it in the past, so we can, I haven't figured out a way to do it.
I think I will ask him. I thought I recalled, in the documentation they gave us with us, they definitely called out where they added changes, and you can kind of see it. So I'm hoping that the legal notes guide us to where changes are, but otherwise, you're right, we are going to have to.
Well, like in our existing code, you can take the word nuisance, and it's in 48 different places, meaning different things in different spots. And how is that, when everything's migrated to the new code, it's still going to do that, but is it organized kind of the same way? I don't know how to check to make sure everything's in there, is what I'm getting to.
Yeah.
How do we go
Probably,
through that?
well, you know what, we'll see, I can scan it and do some AI checks and look for some deltas between the two. That's one way, but they did, and we can look where, otherwise we'll have to go section in the old code, section in the new code. But I should be able to automate.
Which is fine, but that's,
I should be able to automate it, I think. Make
Okay.
a little test.
All right.
Odd.
Well, good comment, thank you. All right, we move on now. Sorry, Samantha, that I missed you. To fire report, please. Bob is going to give that today.
136.33 hours were spent during the month. The third, the general meeting, the 10th was the business meeting, 17th and 24th were the training meeting. All for the month. You want me to go through the details of every one?
No. Just the major ones.
Nothing major.
We had 2 fires in Michiana Shores. That's what I see.
Yeah.
But they weren't major?
Alarm, fire alarm, generator fire in Michigan, county train, a world medical, nothing serious. And
Actually, it'd be helpful if you're up here, Bob, so the microphone can pick up your voice.
that's about it.
All right?
So there were 18 calls for service, I'm saying this for the recording. 2 in Michiana Shores were fires, 1 first responder, 4 fires in Michiana, Michigan, 1 for first responders, 6 in Dunedin Beach, 1 first responder, and 1 fire as part of mutual aid, and, no, 1 first responder and 2,
Yours
yeah.
printed out different than the way mine looks, because I can't make out.
Oh, okay, I'm just reading it from the minutes.
Okay.
And there were no special notes from Gary.
All right, thank you, Bob. Okay, building commissioner, Brian.
Okay, I have the report here. Pass it down that way. We have 11 building permits.
Brian, excuse me, please, speak as you're, face the microphone so that they can hear you.
11 building permits were issued in June, July. Most of them were just standard replace roofs and similar sort of repair.
These were building permits issued in June?
Since the last meeting.
Oh, since the last meeting, so some might be in July?
Well, they've been in July and since the last meeting. And since,
Okay, I'm just
June
checking
9th.
some June 9th to today?
yes.
Okay.
And Robert Rallis applied for and was issued a permit for 3700 Oakdale for already completed work. As his previous permit expired, and he needs to have the inspections completed.
Did you collect another fee from Mr. Rallis?
Yes, he paid another fee, but he won't be paying another fee for the inspection.
But there was another question. Did you check with Joan? I had mentioned to you another issue with regards to that property, and did you check with Joan about outstanding, fees to the town?
I'm aware of any outstanding fees.
Joan would tell you that. Okay, that's when I had mentioned at the Plan Commission meeting.
And then for 406 Elk Portal, there was a submission of a septic plan and approval from the LaPorte County Board of Health. But the other items that were needed for the submission package were not yet submitted. Those include a revised building permit on the new form with the demolition of the existing home noted, a tree plan showing the trees removed and location of replacement trees, and a letter detailing the work scheduled or completed to improve the garage. So I'm still waiting for them to submit those things. And when I do, I'm going to pass them along to Isaac and Ralph.
There was, did you look over there today? By any chance, there was some, I'm not sure how much work, it might have just been some cleanup work, but there were definitely some folks over there.
Garage demolition happening.
What's that?
It looks like it's coming from the garage.
Yeah.
There's
Well,
two piles.
I was told that there was damage to the garage from a tree or something. I'm going to have them write down on a piece of paper exactly what they're doing and what it was repaired, and so that we have it on record. And then if it needs a building permit, they're going to apply for it.
There's also, and this may be the tree that fell, there's a lot of tree branches in the yard that need to go one way or another. I assume when they get all their permitted papers submitted, that they'll start on demolishing the old house. And but if it's going to be there for a while, you should call Mr. Long and just tell him that you can't have a tree, a fallen tree when it's sitting in the front yard there.
Okay.
So, And then I shot you a note about 3809 Manawa. There's a pile, they had people parking in the street because it's a small driveway and half of the driveway was covered in tree branches and fallen leaves from this spring pickup. It's only been there.
I haven't signed them, I need to sign them.
But that probably needs to be looked at and moved.
I'm making note of that.
Who's holding up the vouchers?
I am Joan, they're with me. I have not yet signed them because I'm running the meeting. I will sign them as soon as I can. I want to pay attention.
Okay, thanks, Brian.
Thank you, Brian.
Okay, thank you. Let's move on now to, where's my other sheet here? Okay. Let us move on to the park board report.
You guys have this on your email. The new swing set is installed in DK. And from what I'm hearing, it's getting a lot of use. I'm thankful for the boosters who take the majority of the cost into the town for their contribution of $5,000. Everything looks good in the parks and nature trails. Servicescape inadvertently wrote down the emerging keenness that Indras Geverdes and I planted. The little library is closed due to
Ants.
It's ants, not hornets, yeah.
Not wasps?
Okay,
Well, that was on the message board.
Gene's done, let's talk about this.
Please use our 2026 budget numbers for 2027. We are working on ideas for Links Park to encourage more resident usage. And we need to start building up from the ground with some type of survey. I can write that if you can.
You can write it, I can
Okay.
circulate it.
And much of our 2026 budget of $20,500 has been used or is allocated, and we are in a holding pattern to allow for tree removal if needed. Any
Okay.
questions?
No, thank you very much.
Question, I want to confirm that the drainage board is responsible for the nature white ditch clearing east of Oakdale and west of Oakport.
They are indeed, those sections are theirs. They go
Okay.
from,
Okay.
yeah, from Oakdale all the way to the Michigan line.
There's a
Yeah,
lot of stuff in there.
yes, I know. Okay,
Yeah,
Gene mentioned it, but yes, the Wilfrid Library is closed because it did have ants. And while I was taking a look at it the other day, I realized the wasps were back in the message board.
oh,
And I sprayed them 3 or 4 times last year, I think you sprayed. They're living in the part of the board at the top that you can't get to, so the spray is relatively ineffective.
Right.
Killed a few that are out.
Yeah.
oh, so it's
We need to
ants.
hire somebody to come in and take care of it, because somebody got stung.
Okay.
Out there the other day.
So it's ants and hornets.
Well, yeah. So do we have someone we've used in the past, Joan, that I could contact? We have a
Not that I know of.
contract. So I'll just hire somebody and get a PO from you?
Whose budget is it from?
The town's budget, because it's the message board, it's not the parks department.
Okay.
Oh, the message board has the...
Yes, has the-
hornet, okay.
as the wasps. Wasp, not hornet.
If I recall, it's under like the little E.
Yeah,
Yeah, they're up inside.
they probably are mud daubers or, you know,
I would
that's in there, is what I
take
would say.
it off, but every
Paper
time I
wasps.
shake it, they come out, so I'm just,
Generally, in the
Yeah.
past, we had, like, some of them that were underground that Mick Wolf always took care of. I don't know if he can take care of something that's in the,
Okay,
okay. I'll-
thank you. All right, we'll work on that. So, advisory plan commission, oh no, road commission, I'm sorry, Bob.
June 2026, 33 and a half hours is work. Mowing continues. We were out 5 times last month. Numerous trees and limbs were down the roadways, put up barricades, then came back and pushed debris off the road. This happened 7 times. NIPSCO is now cutting it right at the edge of the road, not clearing the easement. So every time they come out, cut it up, push it off. Went through 600 pounds of asphalt patch, installed several signs. We're requesting a pay increase for 2027. We have not had an increase in several years. I've worked here for 48 years, and Nick for 16 years. That's 64 years of dedicated service. We do not do this for the money. Being called out at all hours for tree blockages and other emergencies, not to mention the 4 a.m. snow call out. We are having a hard time with how the clerk treasurer is handling things. We must fight every receipt and every bill, which is not what we signed up for. We now must take pictures of every receipt, email them to the council. She even lost our payroll last week, then refused to issue our checks because we did not sign them in the proper line after she found them. She can quote SBOA rules, but she is not paying the bills or keeping the receipts that we turn in. She keeps losing them. It's just not worth dealing with all this for only $25 an hour. Every single purchase is even getting fuel now is turned into a battle. Ridiculous.
Thank you for your report, Bob.
I have no way of knowing who purchases what if you don't let me know.
We will address all of this later on. Let's keep moving out over here. We're not making any kind of a decision on this.
I think I should.
Well, he gave his report right now, so we're going to be addressing this, and not at this
I
point.
have one quick thing to say. I wanted to thank Bob for all his efforts. He made a great point in what he said. He's up at all hours of the night. He's out when we're sitting nice and pretty in our warm home and dry homes. He's out doing that, so I appreciate it. I think the council.
Well, we all appreciate it, so thank you for saying that. All right, let's go on to Advisory Plan Commission. Isaac Zeckels, do you have anything?
Isaac is not online.
Okay.
At the meeting this past week, we didn't have any permits to discuss or applications. So we did internal work on planning.
Okay. All right, thank you. Any report from Ed Bowen? I did not receive anything. I think they're only meeting like next week.
Yeah, they did.
Or something?
Last month.
Okay, all right. So nothing from them. White Ditch and Drainage Board. I myself, and as are all of you aware of the trees that are down in the two sections between El Portal and Oakdale, as well as the one that goes between El Portal and Pokagon. The Drainage Board is well aware of this as well. I have contacted both the president of the Drainage Board and I guess he's like the clerk, secretary of it, and John South. So he knows and is aware. So now the decision has to come from them. They know we need it cleaned up, and they are, I believe, stalling a bit. I'm not quite sure. I couldn't say, because none of them has responded to my further requests on it. But yes, they are, and they are responsible. And we as a town will not take upon ourselves the responsibility to remove those, because that is not our responsibility. So yeah, and they do know. So we're just waiting on it. Pardon?
I will say, you didn't have a meeting this month, which would have been this morning. It's Fair Week. There's a lot of people are involved with fairs, so there was no drainage.
There was no meeting, right. Okay, so, well, Mr. South did say that it was considered an emergency situation.
They can always circulate.
He said that it was an emergency, but I think it's being held up by probably the voting members of the board, for it. But I can't say for sure, but everybody's aware, okay? Website and technology?
Okay, so with the website, I would say we're probably actually about the same as last year. There was some bot traffic this month last year that got ratcheted down afterwards, so it looks like our traffic is down, but we're up. I will say that, the most fun thing to talk about is where people were going during the month and what pages they were looking at. And we have a very basic page on Beach Stop 37, and that's like a really popular page, no surprise, along with events pages and our favorite invasive species pages, the Oriental Bittersweet and the Garlic Mustard. And then recycling continues to be up there, so people keep checking their recycling page. I think I have the calendar there, but I think because they don't mail it out to you anymore, you have to go to their website and download it. They don't always mail it, so I try to save it on the website. So we didn't get a lot of contacts for the website form. And then, yes, as I've talked about the last couple of months, I'm trying to start setting up this summer to get us in Google Workspace. Trying to start small, but that hasn't quite happened yet, but we'll get over that. And if we can get that set up, we can also maybe test some other audio-visual and note-taking options as well for the town council meetings.
So I've noticed that the domain for our website has updated to men.gov.
Yeah, so that changed
I
that.
don't know when you changed it.
Changed it a while ago.
Yeah, that's the one.
Prerequisite to use any of the state's services is that your domain has to be an in.gov. So that actually was way more painful than it should have been. So yeah, we are now .in.gov, and so we can take advantage of their discounted rates for Google Workspaces to get email and document storage and meetings and all that kind of stuff. And then the other project, which I have one more checklist to fill out, but it will probably not happen until next year, or later this year, is to move our website to be hosted by a service that the Department of Indiana Office of Technology provides. And for smaller websites, it's free. So we migrate over there, and they do all the updates and everything else. We can go in and put our content and everything in, but it's a little bit less work for me. And it looks like it's even more straightforward, so we can get other people on it too.
Okay, thank you. All right, very good. Any questions? No? All right, thank you. NERC, I have nothing to report with regards to a meeting. Right now, their next meeting is taking place on the 16th, Thursday, so I will be there and bring back any information from that. However, today I shared a letter that came through today from NERC, and it's regarding a grant opportunity for South Lake Michigan communities. And it would help any kind of community that has a space that's being used by the people that live there. So it could be schoolyards, parks, playgrounds, community gardens, vacant lots, public buildings that need stuff, trails, natural areas, and nature preserves. So I think it'll be well worth doing something about this. Only I'm not sure whether it should start within the council itself or move on to one of the other groups, either the boosters or the park board, or maybe we can all work on something together.
Well, there are two in-person workshops next week.
Yep.
That people could attend to get more information. One's in Chicago, one's in Gary.
Yeah. So, anyway, that's questions. Yes.
I'd like to pass the floor to Heather.
Oh, okay, please.
I just look up that grant. I'm with the boosters.
Yeah.
And that grant excludes Michiana Shores, Long Beach, and Dune.
It excludes us?
Yeah. It goes up to Michigan City. If you see the project area, it stops just below. It's
Okay.
kind of hard to, I kept looking and
Yeah.
expanding and
Okay. In the past, they have allowed applications for different kind of grants and stuff if all three work together as one larger group. So, all I did is went into to announce this, and without knowing what you just said, but thank you for that information then, for correcting me. So, but I still think it's worth checking in with them. So I'm there on Thursday. We'll, talk to the environment group. That's working on stuff and always hears the word. But in the past, we were able, except that, you have to make sure everybody works together, on something like that. So anyway, thank you. Unfinished business, I have nothing. New business, we move on. And the first point I put in there was improvements made in what is the right-of-way of a property. So meaning it's an area of the property that any of the public utilities need to access or the town needs to access and so forth. Because I received several comments from people who noticed that there were improvements made and left in very, very close to the road. I started a conversation with a couple of homeowners with regards to that, but when I came back and discussed it, mentioned it to one of the other council members, we decided that this is an issue that actually pertains to an awful lot of places in the town, so that we should discuss it in a larger area. So I added this to our agenda so that we could discuss this or decide on how we're going to, approach all of this. When I did check with state of Indiana and Indiana ordinances, the general ordinance, and if we don't have our own ordinance, it defaults back to the state's ordinance on whatever is done. And these ordinances do say that, property owners are responsible for what is in that area. And I'm not quite sure what the wording would be, or is, maybe Brad would know, can help me out on that one, is that anything that is out there is the responsibility of the homeowner. And if something happens to something in that area, it's not the utilities problem to deal with, it's not the town's problem to deal with. In other words, damage, you know, and things like that take place. So this kind of question came up, and I said, we're gonna need to talk about it, maybe to make it clear to everybody in town on exactly how things should be done again. I know these discussions have come up in the past, so we can take a look at doing, you know, what we would do with that. And I think this actually ties into B, which is the clearing of the vegetation at the corners to comply with state requirements. Because there are state requirements that at a diagonal from the corner for 15 feet, at up to at least a 7, I believe it was, 7 or 8 foot level, you have to be able to see very clearly, you know, around corners. And we have many corners in the town that are not adhering to this requirement. I know we have made notifications in the past, and some residents comply, others take off 3 inches of something, but, you know, but unfortunately that doesn't help. We need to have, you know, it needs to be done a little bit better, because should something happen, the state may get down on us too that we're not helping to enforce this. So, but perhaps we need to do something more with another ordinance within our own. I know that we do state the clearances on the corners in our ordinances, but I think both of these issues, you know, become, you know, important for us to know and for us to share with residents. So, any of my council members' thoughts on this?
Well, as far as the vegetation issue, we've talked about this not infrequently. And you're right, some people, if you talk to them, they do a little bit of work, but it's going to be a little ugly in a few spots, because some of these bushes have been growing for 25 years and
Yeah.
they're taking up quite a bit of space.
They are there. I mean, they're literally in the street. You can't tell them.
So I think we have to send them letters, individuals, not, I mean, it's okay to
Right.
remind the community,
Yes.
but as we drive around, we're going to have to identify the ones that we think are poor, and then Bob or somebody's got to go say, yes, it violates the law.
Well, if we send the letter, then we could say in that letter that we're violating the law, right? Whoever that is.
That's what I'm suggesting. is
Yeah.
having some-
We'd have to measure before we send the letter.
Let's create, well,
On some, it's very
at
easy to
least
see.
ballpark it. but,
Right.
um,
Yeah.
And we can remind everybody, but it
Yes.
only works if you go after the people that are flagrant.
Right. You know, but yet,
Blind intersection, right?
yeah, but they become a blind intersection. They
There
really,
are a couple. Hey, Bob?
yeah. And just,
I got a question for Brad. I've got one that I've been dealing with for 3 or 4 years now. I asked him to trim it 3 or 4 inches back, and I go through there with a big machine, whack the hell out of it, but it comes back right away. My question is, if by them blocking that stop sign that they're blocking, and a crash occurs, can that homeowner be held responsible?
Yeah, there's a potential liability there.
you know, the next part that I would add to all this, not just the letters, is that we need to then actively, we give people time, but if we're not going, you know, out and then after that particular time, we give them a month, 2 months, 3 months. We've done that in the past. But that means we need to go out and actually cut down what is not cut down. And I think we've been very lenient on that in the past.
I have a follow-up for Brad then. Isn't there liability to the town that if we allow it to go over a stop sign or around the corner and someone gets in an accident? I mean, don't we have the responsibility if it's an ordinance on our books?
If it's an ordinance on your books, that's a different measure. And I think what Ben was saying is you don't necessarily have.
We do have an ordinance about
Corner vegetation.
corners.
We have, it's noted somewhere in our ordinances. I just don't remember the number of the ordinance right now.
The state already has, so you have the enforcement mechanism just by state.
Yeah.
So you don't need the ordinance to enforce it.
Okay, yeah, okay.
But if you do have something and then you're selectively enforcing it, that's where potential liability can shift over.
So then,
Okay.
I guess, so that's the vegetation at the corners, but we're talking about, quote, improvements that people put
Yes.
in the easement that are potentially a problem for Bob and his snowplows
Yeah.
and people in general driving, you know, and so forth. So how do we address that? We don't have, does the state have an ordinance on anything like that? Or, because I think you said we don't have one.
No,
No, not specifically.
Or the general right-of-way law. Right? So I mean, it's their private property was subject to the town's right-of-way for the public access and for utilities or for
Purpose of snow plowing.
Yeah.
People that are walking can get outside the road.
safety measures. Yeah. So
Yeah.
So we want sidewalks, sorry.
So the state,
So, as an example, a few years ago, NIPSCO was doing some gas work, and they tore up the first 6 feet of the front of my yard all the way down, and, you know, we went out there and stared at it and watched them do it, and the guy gave us a phone number we could call to complain.
exactly.
That's the way it works. We didn't have any hardscape there, it was just regular
I
landscape.
just had a foot to 2 feet of my yard shaved off the front of my yard, and I had a tree hacked up on Johnson Road because the county's coming in and doing work on the road.
Yeah.
It's in the right of way.
So that's one
Yeah,
of the repercussions is they're gonna do it, and there's not much you can do about it.
yeah, so, and I know that in the past, when there were people who were working, one of them was over on Dreamwald, and very pretty work, including with little steps and everything, and it looked very nice, and I had to speak with the owner and say that, you know, you're doing a great job, but you have to understand that this could get damaged, and it could get damaged by anybody, you know, whether it's, you know, I don't know, one person or another might do something, but especially by the utilities and the town machinery when they come through, because they can't tiptoe through, you know, and you know, drive around every single thing. And just by virtue of even pushing, like when the snow gets pushed, there's a lot of stuff that gets done. My own things were ripped up, but however, you know, we took care of it, and we understood that it's our fault because we put those pavers in there, you know, and then they were pulled up, but they're back down again. Hopefully this time, you know. nothing
Yeah, well,
forward.
that's a good example, because
Yeah.
with hardscape, the issue is really the things that Bob would run into.
Yeah.
Snowplow, you know, if it's a brick, it probably is just gonna bust through it, but
Yeah.
at some point, it could damage the plow.
Oh,
And
absolutely.
I think Bob ran into a pipe that was in the middle of the road.
Oh, that's true, yeah. That messed up.
That's a driveway that comes down on Sunset.
Yeah,
Yeah, Sunset.
so that's really the issue there, is that it'll be the homeowner's responsibility to maybe pay for the repair of somebody's
Of
equipment.
somebody's equipment. But, you know, I think what we need to do is we need to work on something that will to edit, you know, that particular portion of the ordinances then, so that we have this actually clearly stated. We've been going just by explaining or saying that this might happen, but we need to do something, I think, that will actually put it down on paper, that people would be aware, you know? So, you know, like it's gonna have to go I'm not quite sure where, in the building ordinances or somewhere, because people have put in, you know, improvements, even, you know, to their gardens, basically, that's part of the house, no? So, okay,
I shared our tree ordinance with you, and our tree ordinance covers the line of sight at intersections to 15
Okay.
feet,
all right,
no higher than 24
Okay.
inches tall.
all right.
If you look at the email I sent you, it's a copy.
Yeah, okay, good. All right, thank you. Yeah, and we do note it. It's actually in one of our ordinances, and it, you know, there's no little diagram there, but it does address it, and it does address the space, you know, especially on the corner that has to be, you know, kept clear. Okay. All right, council members, so then we're gonna work on that. And we already know about this for the state, so we're gonna try to put everything, you know, nicely in order to make it clear for everybody. Now let's go to the request for purchase of town property.
So we did receive a request from Erwin Berg, who owns the building at 505 El Portal, and he's wanting to purchase the town lots that essentially surround his property on all 3 sides. And,
Did you say Oakdale?
I'm sorry?
You say Oakdale.
El Portal.
El Portal. And I know we've all had a chance to review the information, and I think because it's a pretty big request, I think we should vote on whether we want to pursue this or turn the gentleman down. And then I'll prepare a letter that would go out under Dinah's name with what the next step would be.
So do we make a motion to have a vote?
Oh, yeah, we would make a motion on something like this, yeah. So, do I have a motion from the floor?
Make a motion to vote on the request to purchase 2 lots, I think it was, from the town of Michiana Shores by Mr. Roland.
The 2 or 3? 2?
Well, it's 2 lots plus a undefined, there's a
roadway kind of
It's kind of like an easement that runs behind his property. It's not a specific lot per se, but he wants to purchase those.
The lots that run are 20-foot lots. They run from El Portal up to the garage.
Right.
Yeah, it runs behind
There
the
is an
garage.
easement that goes
Yeah.
down where the water tower is, and there also is an easement that goes down to the old firehouse.
Okay, right, well, yeah, this, and these are right around the town building, so I believe that.
So you made a
Sam
motion?
made it a good motion,
Let's
yeah.
just specify your motion to
Yeah.
have 2 lots.
2 lots in a nebulous area.
All right, or just, let us just say the lots around, town-owned lots around.
Town-owned lots.
Yeah, I think
I
that would make
second
better
that
sense.
motion.
All right, Sam Paxton moved, and Samantha Arnold seconded that we not approve the sale of the
No,
town-owned
I
lots.
just, we just,
We vote on
we
it.
just made a motion to vote on it.
Oh, all right, made a motion to vote. Thank
Yes.
you, all right. All right, so, regarding tree laws, okay. So, all in favor of selling these, or not selling? I think the motion was not to sell.
Okay, so first
we have to make a motion to vote on it.
All right,
gonna do it.
to vote,
then-
okay, I wrote that down, to vote. So now, all in
All in
favor,
favor of having a vote?
all in favor of the motion to make, to vote on the sale of the lots around the property at 505 El Portal. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Rich, did you say aye or nay?
I didn't say anything.
Oh, say anything. Okay, you're, okay, abstaining one. 4 aye.
Hold on, I think Ray's trying to ask a question. Did you have a question or you're
I
abstaining?
have a question. We're talking about the lots along here.
The lots around
Over
the,
here.
where the garage is.
They run behind the garage on the right side.
Yeah, and behind.
And then on either side of
And
it.
why does he want to purchase?
He wants to open a
I think that
ice cream parlor and a, some sort of commercial enterprise. And he needs more parking to do.
He wants more
Again,
parking.
This first vote that you just took was not to approve that sale, but just to move it to a vote.
A vote.
Yes.
Yes or no.
okay. Aye.
Aye, okay, so we have 5 ayes to vote to approve a vote on the sale. All right?
I'll make a motion that we vote yea or nay to proceed with,
Well, you would have to make a motion only one way, not yea or nay. Make a decision which one you want to do.
okay, so I make a motion to turn down his offer
Okay.
and not sell the lots to Mr. Berg.
I second that motion.
Okay, to turn down the offer, okay.
You didn't have to vote on the first thing.
We-
They did vote on it?
Yeah,
Yes, we did.
5
All right,
ayes.
Ralph Box made a motion to turn down the offer to purchase our town lots. Samantha Arnold seconded. All in favor indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye, okay. All right, and Ralph will be sending, putting together a letter?
Yeah,
we
it
can-
can be short and concise.
Okay, thank you.
Letting him know that we're not interested.
All right, thank you very much, Ralph. Okay, Ralph will provide letter, okay.
Who made the motion on the first part?
Sam Paxton and Samantha Arnold seconded,
Sam Paxton
and Samantha.
the two saying.
I have a question.
Yes, go ahead,
Do
Rich.
we know if these lots Were they donated to the town?
No, these are
In the
the,
past?
It would have to have been a long time.
That would have been a long, I don't know. Doesn't,
I think,
Many of the lots who were donated had a stipulation that we could not resell
Yeah.
That's a good point.
it. And that could be a very easy answer to the guy.
The town's owned
Okay.
them for how long?
What?
The town's owned them lots forever, and these here.
it's quite likely when they established the town and they set up this space
yeah,
for the town
true,
properties,
right.
that it's always been town land, but I don't know the history of that building that he owns at 505 and how that is a commercial building in the first place.
They had to sell off the cell tower land, the cell tower company at some point, right?
They just.
They just leased it, yeah.
We
No, they're not leased.
Yeah, the property is still ours, yeah.
So the commercial district in town is
Yeah,
that building and the stables.
And the stables,
That's identified clearly in the code.
All this section was listed as a commercial zone a few years back.
Which section?
From the garage all the way down to Meadows
Limited
and
farm.
Chippewa.
She paid wireless things.
Yeah.
Okay,
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 next.
thank you.
So is there any way of checking it out?
Does it-
Probably good.
I don't think it, does it matter at this point?
Doesn't matter, does it?
Doesn't really matter, we
Yeah.
voted.
well,
You have to-
I kind of agree with Rich that's,
Yeah, it's something to look into. All you can do is you find the deed record, at least if it's not referenced in the deed, then maybe you could go back and check the minutes at the time that deed was transferred to the town and see if there's anything there reflecting it. If there's a specific restriction, it should have been recorded with the deed. So that's how you protect it as the grantor. You put it in the deed, this is in the town, for use as town property, not to be resold.
That's probably
Okay.
better.
That would be in the deed. And if it said that, you would check, let's say the deed was from 1945, then if you had the records of the minutes, maybe you could go back and double check with the town. But if there's that sort of restriction where it's going to ride with the property, it's got to be recorded with the town
Okay, so,
to enforce it.
all right. Okey-doke. Thank you. Brad, any other report from you?
Just real quick for guidance from the town, Brenda each month will give me the outstanding invoices and where we are. We've now got 2 residents that have invoices north of 1,000 and 2 that are right around 1,000. That's getting pretty close to the point of saying let's file the small claims action on those 4.
Okay,
So,
would we do them all at one time then?
yeah.
yeah.
You've already written 1 letter or 2 letters?
She's sending notices, these are months behind, if not years. So I mean, by the time it gets up to $1,000.
Okay,
Okay.
all right. I think that's good. Go ahead and do those, right? Okay. Any miscellaneous business? Communications received. So, go ahead.
Go back to miscellaneous business.
Please.
So we talked about the bees and the message board. I want to talk about the message board that's out here. Rich and I and his brother and some other guys installed the thing a while back. And unfortunately, because it really sat around for a few years in the garage, the doors, the clear plastic doors disappeared. And
They didn't disappear, they fell out of it.
well, the
They were
original
the right
ones
size.
disappeared. The ones we paid for disappeared. You purchased some additional ones.
No,
that-
I didn't.
Oh, someone purchased some.
Someone
additional
did, but it wasn't me.
ones. They don't fit and they fall out. And we really need to finish that project so we can use it for what its intended purpose is. And I'm just looking for what you guys think we should do. We could go to the original company and buy their thicker plastic doors. It's gonna be pricey because
Ralph,
spare parts.
hold off on that, 'cause I think I found them in the garage.
Excellent.
If I cleaned the garage and found them great.
Okay, never mind.
All right,
All
so,
you have to do is put them in then, right?
all right,
Yeah.
Thanks.
I can
All
pull
right.
that off. I can do that part.
great.
Was that on the
Sounds good.
miscellaneous business?
Yeah,
Yeah.
We have the keys in the lock in the office.
Yes.
That's the only thing we have left from it.
Okay, I have something.
Please.
Can't believe nobody brought it up. It's getting impossible to turn onto 12 off of our exit. And I know Michigan City controls that road, right?
State highway.
State highway, yeah.
But what we need, in my opinion,
Hold on. The access onto 12 is controlled by the state, from Orion or whatever it's called, Grand Beach Road.
Yeah.
Doesn't Michigan City control up to the highway?
Now, what you're proposing is probably a traffic light there, which would then fall under the jurisdiction of INDOT.
Right now, I would just like a white line with an arrow going to the left and an arrow going to the right, because if any of us who go that way, half the people or more do not know how to turn left. They have to get the right lane to turn left.
It's a fair point.
You're right, yeah. And then they don't use signals either.
We're in Michigan City, you probably know the road people. Bob, I know you know. Can't we get them to at least paint a white line? There's a white line on Old Grand Beach coming this way, on that side. And we just need the arrows so that the dinglings that don't know how to turn.
Well, plus, the lane, the right turn lane, what you're proposing, there's like a little mini cliff there.
There's still a lot of...
A lot of people from going far enough to actually...
Well, then we need that one too, not just that one.
We need more pavement built up.
Yeah, but I think like 7 feet or something, like 7 or 8 feet to either side of the tracks belongs to Amtrak. So we bring somebody else in, because I know when we were discussing paving or talking, remember when there was a bunch of junk there? You know about that, so.
But it's 20 feet from the tracks.
Years ago, there was a white line, there just weren't arrows.
I'll try to call Superintendent Smith tomorrow and get some feedback from him.
And maybe they could kind of deal with the cliff that is. They called it.
Were you able to get out on 12?
Huh?
Were you able to get out on 12 on the weekend?
I go right, even if I want to go left. But half the time.
We ride over to the Doolin Drive.
There's a people go right.
It's a trip.
It is hard, yeah.
They don't know how to drive.
Okay, good comments, thanks, Rich. All right, any other miscellaneous business? All right, okay, I don't think I'm looking to see anything else. Oh, I was going to ask a question, I should have asked the chief before. How about the golf cart? There was no mention about the golf cart. Question, were any golf carts stopped or not? Were you able to see?
I believe it was. I'd have to go through the calls, but
Okay.
there was nothing major that was shared with
Okay.
me. I know we've stopped quite a few during that 4th of July weekend. I just don't know how many were.
Okay, I was just curious on how that traffic was, because it seems to me that there were so many more golf carts out.
Oh, my God.
It was, and there were a lot out, so, okay. I addressed the email that, I had received about with regards to the grants, and getting all excited about it, and then we'll see what happens. Okay, any public comment?
One, two.
Please.
Actually. Joan, when Bob and I are purchasing things from Lowe's, how do you want us to do it?
I think the easiest way would be for either one of you to get a purchase order number. We'll write it down and we'll know who's buying what. So when the bills come in.
Pardon? Don't let us charge with a PO anymore. Our credit line here is closed.
No, it's not.
It was the last time I was there.
It's not closed.
Okay.
It will be if we can't get, I can't just go by a statement. I need to have, when you purchase the ticket, you get a receipt.
Right.
I need it to come into this office so we have it.
I do, I put it in there.
Yes, you have been pretty good about it, but there's things like we talked about tonight. I need something, not just a...
Okay, I'll try it, but the last time I was at Lowe's, they said your credit is not good anymore.
That's not what I heard.
Then the second thing I wanted to ask was, it's just a comment. I want to make a comment about how instrumental the boosters are to the monetary condition of the town. There's a fantastic group there. They've built Art for Park's sake up, and they increased the amount of money that they're going to help the town with, and I just want to put it out there.
Thank you, that's an awesome comment to make, and yes, and I think that we really are all thankful for the stuff that they're doing too, doing for us, to help us all out, right? Bob?
The business that wants to go into 501, when I was a kid, it was called Snyder's Store.
505, yeah.
And they had little sandwiches, chips, candy bars. They didn't have chocolate milkshakes, but they had strawberry. I still remember that.
That was in 1930.
Shut up.
Well, thank you, Bob.
You mean when Bob was a teenager?
You know where you live, Rich.
Okay, all right, anybody else? Are we all good? Okay, Joan?
I had 2 communications concerning the twig pickup. 2 people that said they had their twigs and their sticks weren't picked up rather. One woman even told me that they went right by her house.
Yep, I talked to one neighbor about that. Because I assumed that she called me because she called you first, so probably the same person.
You're the one that said you wanted to handle it, so I gave.
Oh, that's fine.
Okay.
I gave it off to you.
All right, and then anybody else? You said there's 2.
What are the addresses of the properties?
3718 Platt.
Well, if you have those at home, let me know, because
One was in 3809.
before I drove the entire town and I made notes of every property that did or did not have any kind of sticks out on time for the
Good, I want to check that with you because I have the maps
Yeah.
of where they were. so.
Okay, you could show me that, tell me that, because I drove the town taking notes. In fact, some woman, I think, was very suspicious of me because I would drive and stop, and then write, drive and stop and write, so she came around the block a couple times to check me out. But yes, so I went over to see, so let me know what the others are, and I could check the notes.
What was the, do you have the 2 addresses, Joan?
I would have to get it
Okay,
for you.
let me know.
All
I
right.
can follow up with the other person if they haven't already reached out to me.
Okay, council comments. All right, if there are no other council comments, then thank you, everybody. Thanks, everybody, for all the work you do, all the information, and we will see you all next month.
Thank you, Joan.
So meeting's adjourned.